Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome yourself to the 93rd episode of the Blind Counter Podcast. I am your host with the most, the Offset, aka Big Bobby today, and I'm joined here today with two co-hosts themselves. We got Mr. AMANE, aka the executive producer himself there at the bottom, and we've got a returning guest as well, Jack, aka IV Jack IV. How we
How
doing today,
they do,
gentlemen?
man?
How we
Yay.
feeling?
We back. Week 5. Took a little break, but we good. It's a Monday, always, but we got it done. How about you, Big Bob?
Shit, chilling like a villain, tired as a bitch. But other than that, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I am fucking dragging ass. But hey, we're gonna push through this episode here and get some good talks going. You know what I'm saying?
Jack's live in game.
I'm
Yes,
in game, man.
Jack's trying to ranked
He does
as
it
we
all.
speak.
He does it fucking all.
Absolutely.
The grind does not end. You know how it is.
He's an absolute fiend for the toy.
We are indeed. I'm a fiend for the toy. I will be off the game in a second. I just need to win. We currently have. I have 75.
75.
God damn.
You going crazy on it? You going? What map mode you playing?
It's Jack Losses, man. It's Jack Losses.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
Mihal Flosses. Let's go.
Absolutely. Well, we can go ahead and start kicking things off here. We'll jump right into some matches here as the first thing up on the chop block here was the Toronto Koi versus the Cloud9 New York series here. And this went to the map 5 in a 2-3 fashion, going to the side of Cloud9. Koi takes home map 1 on the hardpoint Scar. And then Cloud9 answer back on map 2, Search and Destroy on Colossus, as well as the Overload Exposure map 3. And then Toronto Koi evening things up on the hardpoint Colossus map 4. And then in a 6-4 fashion, we've got a Raid Search and Destroy going to the side of Cloud9 New York. Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on this series here?
This shit is so crazy. Like the fact that Cloud9 beat Koi, but yeah, I don't think it was this series, maybe a different one. Ocus was actually kind of shooting, but yeah, not right here. This was just a weird one to start the weekend off. What trying to look at the yeah, I mean get Joe to see some help, bro. Like what
Yeah,
the
dude.
hell?
Joe drops a 1.45 plus 33 spread and still takes the L. That's absolutely insane. We got Kips dropping a 1.05, inside a 0.95, Kleenex a 0.91, and everyone on the side of Cloud9 is negative, except for your boy on Encourage. 1.06, but high dropping a 0.89, Nezra 0.91, and Ocus a 0.87 there. Definitely some head-turning events happening here with Cloud9 coming out victorious. But Mr. Mihoff, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. This was a good series, man. I I thought Koi were gonna just steamroll them. That's kind of what I was expecting. But this Cloud9 team can randomly turn it on an S&D. And Dirty Neslo the fuck out of teams.
Yeah, dude, that's
I
insane.
mean, that's just how it is. Joe, it's nice that like with the addition of Kips, Joe is finally like able to kind of do his thing, I feel like. And Kips is disgusting.
Yeah, making
In
plays everywhere.
yeah, dude, he's disgusting. But that's my fantasy guy. But I still feel like
That's
Insight isn't
Karen.
giving enough. And that was a series that kind of showed it to me. But nah, man, this is a good gritty win out of Cloud9. It kind of keeps the standings closer than they probably should have been. But yeah, no, this was a good series out of Cloud9.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely a an upset here for Cloud9. Dirty Neslo against the Toronto Koi to kick things off for this weekend. But that's going to be it for this series here. Then getting into the next series, we had the absolute Riyadh Falcons versus the Miami Heretics, and this was a hot 3-0 DoorDash challenge for the Miami Heretics here, taking maps 1, 2, and 3, Scar Hardpoint, the Search and Destroy on Raid, as well as the Overload Scar. Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on Miami just belt ass on Riyadh?
Yeah, I was not expecting this, bro. Like I really thought that was gonna be like kind of similar to the game before. Like I mean all red for Falcons, like they had no answer, but it was close. But like so it could have been a coin flip either way, but it seemed like watching some of the plays, they're just like you're just like really like Heretics I don't know, they're looking really good so far. I'm actually impressed, especially with Trakes.
Yeah. I mean, here recently, Riyadh Falcons has definitely been meshing well to get with each other here, and then obviously taking down some good opponents, and then just absolutely just shit in the bed here on this map and mode here, 3 in a row. I mean, they definitely went round 11 here on the map too, raid, search, and destroy. But obviously, Miami clutched things up here. But I mean, just looking at the stat lines across the board here, we got Celium a .76. You don't see that much. Exnet at .93, Kismet at .86, and then we got Pred at 8.8. Then on the opposite side there, we got Miami here. Takes everyone's positive there. Metals dropping a 1.07. Rencore a 1.09. Super a 1.15. And Trakes a 1.32 plus 20 spread. Absolutely carrying the team to the victory here. But what are your thoughts, Mr. Jack?
Yeah, this was a good series. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Riyadh was gonna put up way more of a fight.
Yeah.
They kind of got diffed in Overload, which like in the beginning of Major One, all through Major One qualifying, they were like the best Overload team if I remember correctly. And I feel like it's totally like course corrected, and I feel like that's been kind of a pain in their ass. I mean, we'll talk about the Thieves series like later on where they ended up winning, but yeah, really surprising. Also, Raid S&D is Riyadh's like best S&D. They're kind of a shit S&D team, but like the raids have kind of been gimmies for them. But like super with the sniper. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
super dude. Any team on S&D against Miami other than OpTic is just scared. I mean, absolutely insane. But yeah, man, I don't really have too much to say other than Riyadh kind of came out flat in this series. Another masterclass out of the Heretic. I feel like we can talk about them more in a later series. But this Miami team last year was like I felt like they were peaking and I felt like they were becoming like a really formidable team, especially at champs.
Mhm.
And then you lose Real, and I'm like, I don't know, like we'll see how Trakes is. And I think Major One, it was like the Rencor Super Show, but like this qualifier specifically, like Metals and Trakes have been carrying their own. And they've been really impressive. Like this team is firing on all cylinders. I feel like other than OpTic, like this team can beat anybody on any given day.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know last year Miami having the same thing, kind of starting out slower, and then as time progressed, they kind of got their rhythm up and going with Real, and so they're going through the same thing this year with Trakes. But obviously, Trakes is starting to wake up and really show off what he's got to show for. But yeah, man, definitely a Trakes series here with the 1.32 plus 20 spread against the absolute Riyadh Falcons, bringing us to a 3-0 victory to kick things off there. Well, that's going to be it for this series here. Then getting into the last Friday night match here, we had the Paris Gentlemates versus the OpTic Texas. And this, ladies and gentlemen, was an absolute grueler. An absolute
Yeah.
showstopper here for OpTic Texas here. We played a hardpoint Colossus map 1 going to the side of OpTic. And then Paris Gentlemates answer back in a round 11 raid, search, and destroy. And then going into a map 3 Overload Scar, a 2-1 victory for Paris Gentlemates as well. Then OpTic turn around and win the Hardpoint Scar map 4. And then in a round 11 Scar Search and Destroy, OpTic Texas win it 6-5 here. Mr. AMANE, tell me your thoughts on this series here.
It was a good day. It was a good day. Only day Optic played this weekend. But I was on my way to Florida watch. No, okay, I wasn't watching it, but I was listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Don't,
here and there.
don't
Here and
tell
there.
on yourself now.
It was propped up in the console. I ain't gonna lie. Had to charge my phone, but it was straight. Yeah, I was just at the very end. I mean, I had to catch a glance. Hugh just absolutely making it happen. I was like, all right, it's gonna be a good little weekend. Got to start it off right. The overload was weird. I remember Optic being up 1-0 like for the longest, and then randomly boom, mates get two. But yeah, one of the better series of the weekend. I'm glad it went five. I always want to see five with Optic. Just making sure it goes this way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just looking at the stat lines here, we got Envoy dropping a .69, negative 34 spread. Not looking so good for Envoy here recently. We got
Damn.
Ghosty a 1.15, Neptune a 1.07, and Civ a .87 with a negative 13 spread. And then on the opposite side here, we got Dashi a 1.07, Hook a 1.06, Mercury's a 1.18, and Shotzi a .99. But yeah, man, look, pretty even fights here. This is probably the top two teams in my opinion, battling it out. Obviously, we had the Major One finals here again. So, Jack, what are your thoughts on this series?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mean, you said top two teams. I don't know if I agree with that at the moment, but it is one of those things where it feels like Gentlemates can like turn it on depending on the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like that's kind of like what that match specifically was. Whenever I think about that first Colossus, man, that shit was clinical out of OpTic. That was just some good shit. The S&D, I thought it was crazy. The 5-2 comeback to get it to 5-5. And then we might have to pull up a clip, man. We might have to pull up a clip of that fucking stair glitch. I don't know.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
let's do that. Actually, let's go into the gentleman. Is it the round 11? I believe.
I believe it is the round 11 dash. He
here's
is
the glass
trying to
break.
flank there.
Yep.
And
Here it
then
is.
he
Here,
gets killed by
Dashy just
Ghosty.
clearing and
I mean,
Ghosty.
come on, man.
On the other side, do a 3 versus
That's
3.
crazy.
Jonty through
And
the
that shit
smoke.
was the round, man. That was the
able to
reason
turn
why
and
they
burn
won.
onto Envoy, but can't do it. Mercules, 7 HP, knife out. How does this guy stay alive? Still dancing, ringing around the Rosie we go. Hook there with the help. Envoy's going to pop. Hook is left alone, and he will fall. Paris survive.
Yeah, no, that
Look
was an
at
absolute.
Neb's fucking dude, boy.
He got the white shroot going.
He got the -100 aura on that bitch.
Yeah,
Dude.
man. So that man, that
That's
was.
tough.
I mean, there were a couple situations. There were 3 this weekend that were, a little sus, if you ask me. So
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
we'll see what happens with all that. I did think that OpTic playing Raid. I do think it's semi one of their weaker maps. And I do think that they played it pretty well. They played it semi well. After obviously the 5-2 being down. If you could just go back to the series just so I could just look, man. I'm just trying to
Yeah, my
see if
fault.
there's
My
any other
fault.
thoughts, man. No, you're good. You're good. I mean, yeah, Gentlemates on a hard point have been really solid. Obviously, OpTic has too, but I think it's really showing the separation that OpTic has. I think it's little mistakes that are just kind of costing Gentlemates at this point. And then yeah, going to that Scar S&D, that final map, just a great 5-3 comeback out of OpTic again, man. They've just been really resilient. Again, I don't think that they're top 2 team right now, Gentlemates. But I think they can be. I really do feel like, a couple things break their way. They start getting their fundies back. Envoy stops, Ayatollah Envoy stops dropping 0.7s. And I think they're back. I mean, this series kind of showed it.
No, I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, they just need Envoy to kind of wake up here and really get back to that final form he was in Major 1. But yeah, man, this is definitely a grueler series to hear. But OpTic Texas continue to be undefeated in a 9-0 series count. So definitely a good dub there for them. Well, that's going to be it for the Friday matches here. Let's go into the Saturday night matches. We had 4 that commenced, and the first one was Carolina Royal Ravens versus the G2 Minnesota. And I'll be honest, I was not expecting this one to go 3-0 for Carolina Royal Ravens against a pretty decent team there at G2 Minnesota. They played a hardpoint Scar map 1, map 2 Search and Destroy Exposure, and then the map 3 Overload Exposure as well. Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on this series?
Yeah, I actually thought G2 was gonna do a little something against Carolina, bro. I mean, Sky's 0.89, whatever, Mamba as well, but usually Sky's been kind of turning up lately, and Kremp as well. I mean, he's got to be there for this team to really do something. And Lurks was shooting this weekend. We will see something else later on from that man. Shit was crazy, but yeah, no, it was kind of interesting. More 3-0s series coming our way, but it's kind of a whatever match for me after seeing what they were doing to G2.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they're gonna play a bunch of AR maps, they're not doing too well. I mean, Scar and Exposure are pretty AR dependent there, and their ARs weren't doing much and not able to activate their subs here. But yeah, definitely looking at the stat line across the board here, Estro the only one positive there on G2 with a 1.14, Kremp a 0.71, Mamba a 0.89, as well as Skies a 0.89. Then everyone on the side of Carolina Royal Ravens, we got Craze a 1.13, Exceed a 1.11, Lurks a 1.27, and Nero the only one negative there at the 0.97. But yeah, man, they get the absolute work in for a 3-0 victory. Mr. Mehoff, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this one was a little surprising to me too, Bob. I feel like I thought it was gonna be closer. G2, they're so scrappy. They win these matches that I'm like, okay, this team is something, and then they lose it, and then I'm like, what are they? This might be an instance of the onliners. Absolutely possible that one could be it. But I think it really kind of came down to Kremp kind of having a shitter. He's
Mhm.
really good, man. I really have enjoyed watching the SMG duo. I think that's the most underrated SMG duo in the league. And yeah, I mean, shout out Carolina. I will never believe in them until they do it on land. So right now, it's just a useless.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just don't believe it. Lurks is disgusting, but like the rest of them, bro, I'm like, I don't trust you guys, man. Land is just you guys were moonwalking on every team, and then got double first rounded. Like I don't know. I kind of a short thought there, but yeah, I just
No, I mean,
I don't know what to think about G2 Carolina. I'll never know what to think about them. So I got nothing from the
Yeah.
series, man.
yeah, no, you learn that one team can fold so quick, and the other one can turn up. But I mean, this is insane. This is G2's Minnesota's series to lose for sure. So definitely very surprising there. But I mean, yeah, I mean, just kind of going off of what Kremp was doing. I mean, you know, if we got something crazy like Kremp losses going, I feel like this would be a kind of a closer series here. Maybe some Dens.
Some Jack
Obviously,
losses, man.
yeah, some Jack losses
Hey.
and whatnot. But yeah, G2 not looking so hot against the Carolina Ravens in exposures and scores. Well, that's going to wrap things up there for the first series of Saturday night. Then getting into the second series here, we had the absolute Vancouver Surge versus the Toronto Koi battling it out. And this went to a 3-1 victory going to the side of Toronto Koi. On the map 1, they played an absolute hardpoint Colossus going to Toronto Koi. And then at map 2, Search and Destroy Exposure, Vancouver Surge take that W. And then the map 3 Overload Exposure, Toronto Koi answer back, as well as the hardpoint Scar 250 to 235. 3-1 victory for Toronto Koi. Mr. AMANE, what are your absolute thoughts on this series here?
Yeah, so I actually didn't get to catch this one, but looking at the score, I mean, it's kind of what you would expect, at least personally. But I was hearing some like Capsule hate this weekend. I don't know if this was a series to cause it or just like some of the plays he was making. Did you see any of that, Bob?
No, but he did drop 100 deaths, and he was the only one that did drop triple-digit deaths there. So, yeah, you hate to see that. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, just looking at Vancouver Surge, I mean, we got Capsule dropping a .96, Gwen a .94, Lunar's a 1.01, and TJ a .84 there. Then everyone on the side of Toronto Koi there. We got Kleenex dropping a .92, Inside a .86, Joda Saves a 1.36, and Kips a 1.15. So, I mean, honestly, I think just Vancouver just got outmatched here. Obviously, Joe Deceives and Kips just running worlds on them. And then Lunar's the only one just really kind of shooting back, honestly. I know TJ's got the same amount of damage there. And I mean, the damage across the board there is pretty much even Steven, but it's just, you know, probably some simple mistakes here and there. But Mr. Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, this Vancouver team is just so abysmal. I was listening to the guys on the flank talk about it, and they brought up some good points about how, like, you know, OpTic, it really seems like they go into their scrims with like an actual point. Like, hey, let's try to get better at overload today. Let's try to like work on this rotation on hardpoint. Let's actually like see what the enemy team does, and let's try to counter that. It seems like Vancouver, they just spawn in and they wake up 10 minutes before and they just say, hey, like let's just see how this shit goes.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's exactly how they go into their scrims. It just seems like that's how they operate. It doesn't really seem like they get coached that well. It doesn't really seem like they want to put in any effort. Octane was talking about how what's his name? Legend said that he learned more in like 3 days on the Stallions than he did like on like Vancouver. It's just like that to me, because like I watched the Bush, like I've watched TJ and I've watched Cat, like they can shoot. I'm watching Lunar shoot. Gwen, he has on and off series. Like I think if there were to be a roster change, honestly, he was who I would do.
Yeah.
But like at this point, it doesn't really seem like it's like a player problem. Like I've seen all these players shoot, and it doesn't even seem like a collection problem. It just seems like they just don't care. It just seems like they're lazy. It seems like they don't really. They're like, making champs isn't really like a priority.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like they're just kind of
That's
playing.
kind of how I see that. Going into the series itself, I mean, just kind of clinical out of Toronto. Ever since they made the Kips change, they really have been probably a top 4 team. If you look at the top 4 teams, I would probably say it would be OpTic, Heretics, Riyadh, and then probably Toronto at this point. I mean, we can debate that, but I would say that Toronto probably sneaks into that 4th spot. I think LAT, I think FaZe, obviously Gentlemates. Like I think that they are just kind of faltering too much right now. Like some of them aren't even gonna go to the tournament potentially.
Yeah.
So that's that's kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah, no, this is a good series for Toronto. But again, it's gonna be a free series because I feel like Vancouver just doesn't care about adapting.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like they're just kind of playing ranked play, just kind of doing whatever, not
Yeah,
really trying to play as a
exactly.
team, just solo playing and shit. Yeah, you can't play like that if you're going to be a professional player for sure. And this is the result that you're going to get. And of course, the search and destroy kind of speaks for itself because you kind of just can play solo dolo and maybe get a couple good wins here and there. But 6-4 isn't too competitive to me as well. So. Well, all right, we're going to switch things up here and go to the third series of the night on Saturday, which was your LA Thieves versus the Cloud9 New York, and this was a 3-1 victory going to the side of LA. Map 1 was a Hardpoint Colossus, an absolute masterclass out of LA Thieves. Then Cloud9 again, the Search and Destroy kids, taking it on the Scar Search and Destroy there, and then LA Thieves just answer back on the Overload Scar as well as the Hardpoint Scar there. On all the respawns, they're just kind of outclassing them there. But Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on the series?
Definitely some S&D kids. I mean, this was another one you'd expect it to go that way. It's weird seeing Thieves at 5-4 right now. I mean, at least a couple more on there would be normal. And then, yeah, I think Matthias is liking this Cloud9 loss right here. Yeah, red fucking carpet for them boys. But I mean, Scrap doing what he does. I mean, this was just kind of as we expected on this one. Nothing much to say from my side.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, looking at Scrap dropping a 1.44 plus 31 spread. We got Hydra a 1.22 plus 17 spread, Neum a 0.96, and Abizi a 0.98. And then everyone on the side of Cloud Knight absolutely getting shit on. We got Encourage at 0.98, Hyde at 0.90, Nedra at 0.81, and Okus at 8.2. Not able to keep up there in the respawns, but in the Search and Destroys, we're keeping it competitive there. But Mr. Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm trying to remember if this is the last LAT series. It is not. Yeah, like I think we got to talk about, just to quickly get over to Cloud9. They're not a team that's trying to compete at this point. They're a team that Cloud9 has decided is cheap enough that they will agree to the contracts to maintain their spot and be compliant. But in terms of actually like trying to like grow, like I don't see any roster changes coming in because I don't think there's anybody that you're going to bring in that's going to make this team better. I just think that they're, that's kind of what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's enough on that part. On FaZe part, these guys are stat padding. These guys are stat padding against shit teams. If you look at how they fare in Hardpoint and Overload against shit teams, shit teams, you're going to see 108, 95 points that the other team drops. You're going to see Scrap going absolutely ballistic, which good for him. I guess you can't be too mad because that's what you come to expect out of it. A top team. You need to, dominate the opposition. But at the same time, these guys against any competent team right now are just something's not gelling, and I think it's most prevalent in their S&D, not just their respawns, but like this team is a bad S&D team. This team is really bad, and I've heard other shows talk about it. Like Abizi is one of the best first blood players of all time. Like Abizi is a hyper aggressive sub.
Yeah.
And whenever we get to like the raid that they play against in their second series, like these guys just play scared. They have Abizi corner camping. They don't have any. It doesn't seem like they have any strategy, specifically in S&D. In the other game modes, I won't say that, but like they just seem like they have no idea what's going on. They don't know who's sniping. Neum sniping, Scrap sniping. We don't know. Maybe we don't do a sniper. It just doesn't. For Hydra's not getting lost on the map like you're kind of accustomed to. This team just seems very lost, and like this is why you're 5-4. What is it? Yeah, 5-4. Like that makes sense to me. Like you're not great in respawns against top teams, and your S&Ds are abysmal. And I think that that's something that we got to be critical of going into this major. Like, do we think that this team can win? Yeah, any given day these guys can turn it up. But like, if they're playing like how they have over this 9-game stretch, like they're not going to.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I mean, they're just a superstar team, just obviously not able to kind of mesh well together as far as a teamwork goes. So as long as they can get a good system going, they could definitely get some good momentum going. I mean, but against the Cloud9 New York team, there's just like kind of like at the bottom of the barrel challengers team. Yeah, I mean that Search and Destroy is definitely clinical, and they're always going to be good because Search and destroy. It is what it is against some teams like that. But definitely overall, definitely a good win for LA Thieves here, making them 5-4, and Cloud9 being 2-7 there. But that's going to wrap things up for this series here, and then getting into the next series here, which was the absolute last series, which is the Boston Breach versus the Paris Gentlemates here. And this was another 3-1 victory going to the side of Paris Gentlemates here. They played a map 1 Colossus Hardpoint, a map 2 Scar Search and Destroy, which both go to Paris, and then Boston Breach winning the map 3 Overload on Den, and then Paris Gentlemates coming out victorious there on the map 4 Hardpoint Den, 250 to 176. Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on this series?
Yeah, I thought this would be a game 5 personally. I mean, Envoy's doing a little bit more than he was. Wasn't that like something crazy? It might have not been this series. Like the end of that Colossus, like Boston should have had that one or something like that.
Let's go into a live listen here because it was a 250 to 246 win here. So let's go into a live listen in here on this.
Again, Breach, now you have to somehow do it again. 3 now through the outside, wait for Snoopy the interior to make something happen, and it's another perfect break! Unbelievable! All down, all dead, and another lead change.
And they can win it here as well, and maybe they're gonna have to rotate it. Split spawn for pairs. It's gonna be Sig from yellow, everybody else from blue, but now everybody is getting out of dodge. It is a foot race to the new time, and only 2 players here for Boston. That's gonna do a single cutoff kill. It is not good enough, and neither from Purge. It is a last-ditch effort that cannot happen. Pairs, Gentlemates.
Yeah, so
One step away. Yeah.
you hate to see that, and definitely like some one-on-one conversations, or what the hell happened to Jack?
He gone.
Yeah, some definitely some upsets here for that that map there, or that oh my god, I just lost my train of thought, dude. That hill was just absolutely clinical. You hate to see that. I don't know what the hell. Oh yeah, the damn. Where the hell did he go?
I wonder if where's he live at? The storms are going crazy. I wonder if
Oh yeah,
he's somewhere near.
yeah, he's up north, so maybe he damn, what the hell happened?
Jay. We
Oh
probably
no,
switched to the
his
the
computer
duo.
crashed.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Dang,
Let's
so you're
see.
doing too much. You playing on a game and doing the Discord with the stream and shit.
Yeah, hate to see that. But yeah, I mean, just kind of bouncing off of what you were saying earlier. Yeah, that was definitely Boston Breach's map to win there, and they just lost 1-2 gunfights, and then it just kind of collapsed in front of them there. But yeah, definitely a good win for Paris Gentlemates there for Boston Breach. Definitely a heartbreaker loss because I know they were in contention to move forward into the major here, because obviously the top 10 qualify, and this is a big one for them to win to solidify themselves deeper into qualifiers here. But yeah, man, Paris Gentlemates just able to really work things well there on maps 1, 2, and 4. So definitely some great wins for Paris Gentlemates there. All right, then getting into the last going into the new series here of Sunday night, we had G2 Minnesota versus the Boston Breach as well, back to back for Boston Breach, and this was a 3-1 victory going to the side of Minnesota. They played a map 1 hardpoint Den, and then that was a win for Minnesota there. Then Boston Breach winning the Search and Destroy map 2, and then G2 answering back on the Overload map 3 Exposure, and then absolutely closing things out there on the hardpoint Colossus in a 250 to 130 win there. Mr. Money, what are your thoughts?
I might want to see the clip on that Den in a second, but yeah, I thought this again, I feel like Boston could have went closer on this one, but I mean, G2 has been looking good when they want to, and yeah, Spart has been a good pickup. I feel like I don't know about Purge, bro. Like I haven't really got on his ass this year yet. Like maybe here and there, but like he's so up and down, dog. Like he's not consistent, at least right now, in my opinion. Every time I'm looking at his stats or like stuff he's doing on the map, it'll like be 2 good plays and then like 4 bad ones. 2 good plays, 4 bad ones. Like I don't know what's going on. He might need a little buff back at the Omni.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go into that insane map winning there on map 1.
be critical. All of G2 will spawn into pillars largely due to that and Purge having to value his life. But from the front, Spartan Snoop able to at least get some sort of a contest building. Mamba in the corner able to find one, but it's Nasty for two. 240 to 240. Nasty still holding the angle, but shut down by Skies. G2 spawning close. It's a mad dash. A foot race to see who can win the gunfights on top of the time. Spartan able to open things up for one, but not getting that trio is huge. Snoopy in the corner for two. One more over the top. Snoopy saves the game. 244 to 249. Minnesota still wins. And the last gunfight be
Yeah,
critical.
you hate to see it. I mean, Snoopy did pick up 3 there at the end, but dude, yeah, you hate to see that. I mean, if Purge hops on time for a little bit, just kind of stops time for a little bit, I don't know what. I mean, this could have been Boston Breach 2-0 for sure, and then maybe going into that with the overload exposure buff, could have been a
Some
3-0
momentum.
there. Yeah, some good momentum there, and then maybe rounding things out. Then that Scar Search and Destroy map 5 could have been a good win for Boston Breach, but obviously G2 had better things to say there and clutch up there. But looking across the stat line here, we got Estriel 1.08, Cramp 1.1, Mamba 1.01, and Skies 0.86. And then looking on the opposite side here, we got Boston Breach. We got Nasty dropping a 1.08, Purge 0.8. Snoopy a 1.06 and Spart a 1.0. So definitely a convincing win here for G2. This is the type of team I was actually speaking about earlier, about G2 being a really good team, beating some decent teams here. I know Boston Breach with bringing Spart on has definitely elevated Boston to be a better team for sure. But obviously G2 doing what they do best here and 3-1-ing. That's going to be it for this series here. Then getting into the next series here, we had the Vancouver Surge versus the Miami Heretics, and this was a quick 3-0 DoorDash challenge for Miami Heretics. They played a hard point, map 1 on Exposure, the map 2 Search and Destroy on Den, and then the Overload on Den as well. Pretty convincing win up against the Vancouver Surge. What are your thoughts on this series here?
Yeah, bro, this is the one where Cap got some hate, I think. Some of the plays are maybe Miami is just making him look stupid. I mean, the whole team is in the red. TJ trying to do a little something. But yeah, I feel like when Metals is on, when Trakes is on, especially in this one, and then you got Super as well with the 1.43, like they're not losing. Like with those KDs and that spread, like I mean, they'd be doing it all against OpTic probably too at that point. And that's Jack. He's back.
Well, I
Jack's
think
back.
that's got EMP'd.
Yo.
Like, you guys are gonna think I'm joking, but bro, like my internet went out. I was mid game too, which is really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I got you Ricochet, dude. I was staying hella silent in the cord, bro. I was staying so quiet in the cord. And then no, everything went down. Everything went down. My phone went down. I like put it on LTE. That shit was down. I'm like, what's going on here? So I think I got EMP'd. But anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Hey, no, you're straight. We're just talking about how Vancouver gets shit on.
Yeah, they happen to do that.
Yeah, now we were just talking about how Capsule was just getting absolutely shit on here with a 0.63. We got Gwen dropping a 0.80, Lunar's a 0.80, and then TJ a 0.97 here. But everyone on the side of Miami here is super positive. We got Metals at 1.16, Rencor 1.02, Super at 1.43, and Trakes at 1.42. I mean, Trakes has definitely been looking really good, especially this weekend here with back-to-back series doing some super numbers here. For sure, but I mean, Jack, did you have any thoughts on this series?
No, man, I think it kind of goes back to, I guess, what I said about both of these teams. If we're being honest, I think that Surge treating this shit like it's 8s. Heretics, I mean, they said that they weren't even coming in the series. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I missed that.
They
What?
didn't even. They said they weren't coming. I think it was during like one of the maps, maybe the S&D. But yeah, I mean, look again, Trakes, Metals coming through, Rencor always consistent, Super has been absolutely insane, and this series wasn't particularly close in any way, and that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles whenever you have a team of their caliber going up against a team of theirs. So I mean, I really have nothing to add on.
Yeah, no, this was a quick DoorDash challenge here. Miami Heretics just take out Vancouver Surge in a pretty easy fashion there. So we're going to wrap things up there. And then getting into the next series here, we had the Los Angeles Thieves versus the Riyadh Falcons, and this was quite a big upset in my opinion here. We had Riyadh Falcons 3-0ing the Los Angeles Thieves here on a hardpoint den map 1, a search and destroy raid map 2, and an overload scar map 3. Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on this series?
Bro, yeah, I was not expecting this. I mean, they're both 5-4. It was kind of like, all right, we got a little game on our hands. But I mean, Celium doing work. I feel like for this series though, like what was it at the very end? I don't think there's a clip of it or anything, but like they LAT lost, they're getting up and shit. Like Scrap's already gone, Hydra's already gone, and then like Neum is just staring at his screen, and Abizi like looks over at him as he's fucking getting up. And I'm like, oh yeah, these motherfuckers about to go have a talk, like for real. Like they looked pissed. Abizi was checked. I feel like they're just starting to like not get in their heads maybe yet, but just like what the fuck, bro? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes it makes you think that was Kenny the problem, or was it just their system that was the problem? But on the opposite side here, Riyadh has been looking really good here recently. I know with Exnid definitely elevating himself, shows some very good progression. I know Prey was on his ass here early on in the major, kind of understanding like why he was kind of anxious or scared to chow and this, that, and the other. So after that kind of talk, but I mean, I still thought LA Thieves was going to be competitive, but not to this caliber of 3-0. I mean, the matches are pretty similar as far as like competitive goes. I mean, they were pretty close. So 250 to 244 on the map 1, 63 on the map 2, and 5-4 in the overload. We also have Celium dropping at 1.30, Exnet at 1.09, Kismet at 0.95, and Pred at 1.13, and then everyone on the side of LA Thieves is super negative or just negative in general. Hydra at 0.94, Neum at 0.82, Scrap at 0.96, and Abizi at 0.86. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about these LA Thieves cats against the Riyadh Falcons here, but Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you said this kind of surprised you. This did not surprise me. I thought that Riyadh was going to win this one. I didn't imagine a world where LAT doesn't at least take a map. But kind of like I was talking about before, it's like, where are you going to take the map? You're not going to do it on Search and Destroy because you're fucking brain dead. Respectfully. Like, LAT might be the worst S&D team in the game right now. They really might. I mean, like, they just don't know what they're doing. They have no idea what's going on. They seem... I mean, Cloud9 seem... Like, whenever I watch Cloud9, I'm like, I can see what you're trying to do. You guys just didn't get there. Like, whenever I'm watching LAT, and they did against LAT, but, like... LAT, I'm like, dude, what was the plan here? Like, what's the strategy? And talking about whether or not Kenny or Neum, dude, Neum has been the one like bright spot to me on this team, where like I feel like he balances out the team really well. I think he gets kills really well. Like, I think that Neum has been a fucking great addition to this team. It really, to me, just seems to be Hydra and Abizi just got to figure it out. They got to figure out how they're going to play off of each other. They got to figure out what they're doing. Because, like, before, it just seemed like Kenny was on, like, an island just kind of doing his own thing, and the other three were, like, doing whatever. Now, at least it feels like the ARs are, like, together. Now it feels like the ARs are keeping up with each other. And it really seems like the subs just... Hydra will have a great game, Abizi's lacking. Abizi will be starting to fry, Hydra's nowhere to be seen. The routes that they're taking aren't developing. Like, it just doesn't work, and it's not working. And again, against a good team like Riyadh, who I would say are probably the third best team in the league right now, it doesn't surprise me that it wasn't a 3-1 or a 3-2. I mean, 3-0, it does surprise me. Going over to Riyadh, look, Celium was Mr. Consistent. He's great. But, like, Exnid, like, I think we, like, at the start of the Vegas Falcons, like, it was like, why are we using these Saudi players? Like, this is such an embarrassment for the league. Like, Exnid is, like, quickly, like, if I'm dropping a player from this roster, which, like, at this moment I wouldn't, but, like, I think it would be Pret. And that might be faded, but, like, I feel like whenever there's somebody that, like, goes rogue or somebody that's not playing, like, with the team, like, it's not Exnid anymore. It's not like, why is Exnid making this, like, rogue play? It's always, like, Pred.
Yeah.
Again, I wouldn't make a team change. Like, I think this team is, like, a well-oiled machine right now. But I'm just saying, like, Exnid used to be like that scapegoat where it was like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. His English isn't good. He's from Saudi. He doesn't adapt. this is his first time getting reps. Like, no, like this guy is really, really good. I mean, look at the damage that he's putting out in the lobby. Like, he is just, he's frying. It's been really fun to see. I would put him genuinely in the upper tier. Like, if you're telling me, like, I want a sub right now, and I'm building a team, and I get to draft, I get to have my pick of the litter for Black Ops 7. We're playing one series of Black Ops 7, right? Not Black Ops 6, not any other game. I'm taking Exodus before I take Hydra or Abizi. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, actually doing something.
Like, this year, again, if we're talking about Black Ops 6, like, I would take both of them over Exodus. But, like, what I'm seeing from Exodus, like, he's making great plays. He's very cracked, which helps. I mean, he's putting in damage. Like, even if he's dying, he's putting in damage. And, like, I'm just not seeing that from the other two.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely agree there, especially on the Hydra BZ sub duo. I feel like they're kind of the same as far as like playstyles go, and so it kind of doesn't really balance each other out. And it's, you know, obviously like a teeter-totter, either one's doing good, the other one's doing bad, or the vice versa there. And then on XNet, I mean, I've definitely seen some great progression there for XNet, especially here in the Major 2 qualifiers. He's definitely elevated his gameplay here, and Pred obviously kind of, he's always been a solo player, man, chasing red dots, going rogue on the map and whatnot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So he's definitely the odd man out there for, you know, something. If he's working with the team's doing good. If he's doing something crazy and rogue, then obviously it's not going to, you know, go in their favor there. But nevertheless, they definitely 3-0 the LA Thieves here, and they actually get a good dub there, even though it was very close. Definitely very convincing win for Riyadh Falcons. So, all right, what's going to be it for this series here? Then getting into the last series of the weekend, we had FaZe Vegas going up against the Carolina Royal Ravens here, and this was a hot 3-0 victory, a much-needed win here for Vegas. They played a map 1, if it'll load, on the Hardpoint Scar, as well as a map 2 Search and Destroy on Den, and then an Overload on Scar as well. Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on this series here?
Is FaZe back? No, hell no. I don't know. Really, I mean, the numbers are up, but I was not really feeling this series as far as like something happening for Carolina. And then I mean, Abuza, he's been the one popping off for me for FaZe lately, and Simp kind of pulling his hair out. But it seemed like everyone was doing their thing right now. And yeah, Lurks, you know, like we said, he's shooting, but nothing really else, man. Not for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, this was definitely a convincing win here for FaZe Vegas. Now, I know they've been struggling a lot here recently, and 0-4 definitely been shitting the sheets for sure. But on this series, he definitely turns up. I mean, it is Carolina Royal Ravens, so it's kind of again, a teeter-totter here for Carolina. Either they're doing really good or they're doing really shit. And for 0-4 to drop a 1.25 against Carolina definitely shows some life from 0-4. He definitely needed that because he was definitely on the hot seat coming out of last weekend for sure. And then Abuza, the only one negative here with a 0.94, Draza 1.24, and Simp a 1.33, the KD leader of the lobby. And then on the opposite side here, we got Craze dropping a 0.75, Exceed 0.74, Lurks the only one positive with a 1.20, and Nero a 0.72. Looks like the 0.7s are out and about here, and Lurks just needs some help. And just weren't able to connect things here. But Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good win for FaZe again. Carolina onliners. Like, I would think, honestly, if you had to say like which series does Carolina win, it would be this one for me over the G2 series. Like, if you said going into the weekend, like which one are they going to win? So the fact that they 3-0 G2 and then get 3-0'd by FaZe Vegas is just, you know, it kind of shows how close the league is. If you show the standings, like, I mean, everybody is just so close. But yeah, going to the series, like the hard point, not really close. The Den Search and Destroy. I mean, we gotta watch that 1v4.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta watch the 1v4.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's watch this.
Dance and Simp. A little bit of help from his friends, takes care of Exceed, and that is Draz under wraps. There we go, folks. 2v1. Lux is going for it. Lux! Oh my good God!
Oh, look at his cam. He's going. Look at him. Look at him for it.
Look at 04. He's like, yo, I'm about to get fucking dropped.
That's a good
Oh, who was that?
Exceed, and that
Ooh, okay, let's see here. So he gets Simp off of a trade here. I mean, see, he was weak, but he just got a kill. So it was a 2v4 at the beginning of this, and then
is Draz.
a 1v4 now all of a sudden. Lurks, picks up Simp, and then Draza gets absolutely shit on, dude. I don't know what the fuck he was doing right here. And then who is this? 0-4, typical usual suspect there. And Abuza fucking just did not see 0-4 getting shit on, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's like the pretty much like one bright spot for Carolina this series.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the scar wasn't even close either. I really honestly have almost nothing to say. Like, I think this FaZe Vegas team is not very good. I personally think if you were to, for example, trade out a Lurks for an 0-4, this FaZe Vegas team becomes disgusting. Like, and it's nothing against 0-4. Like, I think he was disgusting in Black Ops 6. There's just something about this game that it just feels like he can't get anything going, barring the series. The series is great. But I don't really know what the 0-4 problem is. Like, you can't show up to LAN and have 0-4 dropping, like, 0.7s, 0.8s on the regular. Like,
yeah,
that just can't happen. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, congrats to FaZe. I feel like other people have been saying this, like, these online matches, like, we're really excited for, like, a bunch of online matches, like, hey, spoon feeding us more content. But then, like, I thought like your FaZe, your General Mates, your OpTic, your maybe even Toronto, I guess, after the team change, like you'd be able to see some separation, and there really hasn't been.
no.
Like and does that make it really exciting for who's gonna be in the playoff, who's gonna not be, who's gonna not make the tournament? Yes, but whenever it comes down to who do I think can win the tournament, it's just OpTic and then 2 through 11.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. Like I feel like we're not like you would think you'd be gaining like insight about like where these teams are throughout this 11 game stretch. Like people were talking about, hey, these teams need to make roster changes, and you're like, hey, they haven't even shown up to Major 1 yet. Like it's just online. Like give them a second. But then like you now see these 11 matches, and it's like, what do I take from these 11 matches? Like you know what I mean? Like it's just very interesting to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely a lot of differences here between obviously LAN and online matches for sure. But I mean, the fact that they're playing everyone at least once this split here definitely kind of gives us some insight. I mean, but again, on LAN, it's a different game. So, I mean, it just, I have no idea who could even win this here. But yeah, I mean, that's just going to be it for this weekend here. And then kind of jumping over to the qualifiers after weekend 5. Obviously, we've got OpTic Texas there, undefeated at 9-0. And then at second place, we got Miami at 6-3. Then Riyadh Falcons at 5-4. LA Thieves there at top 4 at 5-4 as well. This kind of goes down to the map count win-losses here. G2's at 5th. Toronto Koi is at 6th. FaZe is at 7th. Paris at 8th. The Carolina Royal Ravens at 9th. Vancouver Surge at 10th. Boston Breach and Cloud at 9. But I mean, just kind of looking at this standings here, what are your guys' thoughts? What are you guys surprised about? What are you guys kind of like typical suspects about? Anything to really take away on this?
Percentages are crazy for the odds. Like it's like pretty median after OpTic as far as who else could get it. But it's weird seeing FaZe in that bracket play and General Mates. Like that don't make no sense to me. But I mean, who else would you put there? Like G2's been looking good. Koi's been getting a lot better with Kips. But yeah, I mean the top 3 got some green in them. That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Falcons have a better percentage than Thieves. I mean, 17
That
to
should
9.
be switched.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then G2, I mean, on LAN they show up different, so I feel like there can be a little bit higher too. Heretics, honestly, here recently they've been playing pretty well online, especially in this stretch here. So I feel like they're gonna be doing a little bit better here going into the major. Toronto Koi, I feel like we might do a little bit better here. FaZe, I'm not too confident in. Paris General Mates, we'll see. I know on LAN they're definitely different, but in the stretch in Major 1, they're doing pretty well, if not the top team. Pretty much almost undefeated there. So I don't know, man. I mean, obviously Royal Raven Surge, Boston Breach, and Cloud9. I agree with less than 1% chance, but I mean, if anything, there Boston Breach could be a little bit elevated more, maybe like a 2% chance. But Jack, what are your thoughts, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I would love like next week if I believe there's a BCP or whatever the week of the tournament is. I guess whenever the dust settles onto where everybody is actually placed. I would love to do like a mock bracket because I think it'll be very interesting. Like, because there are still scenarios, I believe, where FaZe doesn't make the tournament. General Mates doesn't make the tournament.
Oh,
It's really just the 11th place. It's really just if Boston turns up and the other two, one of them, falters. That's really it. But we got to see who's going to this tournament. But if you want to talk about who actually has a chance at winning, I think right now, if I had to put my money, like obviously OpTic, they just seem to be light years ahead. We'll see how that translates to LAN. But I would say, like, whenever you look and you watch these matches and you say, like, who has a good system? Like, we've been talking about LA having a terrible system and how, like, they seem discombobulated. Like, G2 on any given day can look the same. Falcons can definitely look the exact same. Like, to me, Heretics, like, as we're standing here today, would be shocked if they weren't in the final against OpTic.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we got to see, if Paris brushes up some of those like fundamentals that they've really been messing up, and maybe those fundamentals and those just mistakes that they've been making, if those might help Envoy. Like maybe Envoy's the one that's getting hurt by these mistakes. Maybe I'm compensating for him, but like if you see like Major One Envoy come back and this team is like very determined isn't the right word, like but polished. I mean, you can't count them out as long as they make the tournament. But yeah, I would say probably OpTic, Heretics, and General Mates are who I would look out for. Sneaky Koi. But the rest, I don't really give much stock into actually winning the event.
Yeah, and just kind of going off of that, I mean, as far as the discrepancies go from like 10th to 11th, I mean, it really could be any team here. Let's see who plays next weekend. Let's go into the schedule for next weekend here. So
we have AKIIRA Esports. Oh, that's never mind.
yeah, absolutely. We got it right here pulled up. So who's in contention here to fall out? We obviously got FaZe, Paris, General Mates, Royal Ravens, Surge, Breach. Who does Breach play this weekend? Breach plays.
Heretics, that's not looking good for them. They'd have to upset.
Yeah, I doubt they're gonna do that there because that's gonna be something to.
FaZe get the cupcake.
FaZe gets.
General Mates Thieves.
They get Cloud9 for free. Honestly, General Mates could easily go 0-2 here. But that would probably, because of Breach's standings, probably put them into the final seed in the play-in bracket. So that 10th seed.
Let's see your Royal Ravens.
Like, I could see General Mates going 0-2. I could also see them moving 2-0. But, like, if we're talking about teams that could really fall, it would have to be between Vancouver and General Mates.
Vancouver and General Mates. Yeah, I mean, damn, man. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if Breach loses, I mean, they're pretty much solidified to be out of the tournament. But I mean, what's Surge? Who's Surge play? Surge plays.
I mean, if Surge goes 0-2, go back to the standings. If Surge goes 0-2 and Breach go 0-1, based on map count, there's a world where Breach make it in. Surge bounces out.
Okay.
Based on map win.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. They're at the 3-0. Breach with 3-0. The Heretics though.
No. Even if Breach loses, but Vancouver loses both of their series this week.
Who's Vancouver play? They play
G2 and Falcons.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely
Vancouver's been 3-0 10 times this season. You're telling me that they don't go? If they go 0-6 this weekend, then in Breach just takes like a map off of Heretics. It would be Vancouver sitting on the sideline.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I think that
I would rather see Breach show up to the tournament. I actually think with Spark they've gotten better.
Yeah.
I feel like they at least are trying. I would love for them to make a roster change. Like if they could drop Purge and get somebody else, anybody else. I feel like I mean, not that they're gonna go and win the tournament, but I feel like they could win a play-in match or two.
You know, I agree. I mean, and then on another note here, what if FaZe loses against General Mates, Cloud9 wins against Royal Ravens, and then goes back to back and loses to Cloud9 again? What would that look like? Because I feel like
I mean, that's a very interesting scenario. I just don't see a world where it happens, but I mean, we can run through that.
I mean, you never know, dude. Because I feel like Cloud9 Royal Ravens, I mean, they are online, so I mean, that's something to think about there. But I know Cloud9's definitely upset some teams here. Where didn't Cloud9 win up against FaZe in the past, or am I like tripping?
I don't believe so.
Who?
did they lose to?
Cloud9 beat Gentlemates. That was their first win, and then their second
That's
win
what it was.
Yeah,
last weekend. I forget who against, but it was a solid team-ish.
Okay, I think it was
Who did
Thieves.
yeah, no. Cloud9. We just talked about it in today's BCP. It was on Friday, I believe.
Son of a bitch, dude. I'm
blanking. They
I'm
beat a team.
blanking. Yeah, was it? I can't remember, dude. Who the fuck was it, man? Now I'm gonna be pissed off, dude. Let's see here.
Yeah, no, it's gonna piss me off because we literally just talked about it.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hey.
Let me
Something
put
right.
some. It's the Koi.
Yeah. There we go. I was gonna say it was a good team that they beat on accident. But but no, like they did get like a quality win.
Interesting.
So like, I mean, Cloud9 could play spoiler, but it pretty much has to be a dirty Neslo.
Yeah.
So take
Okay.
that as you will. But I would say if the standings were to change from how they are presently in that 9 through 12, I would say it's probably Vancouver Surge getting absolutely smacked this upcoming weekend in Boston, maybe winning a map and making it, you know, to a point where map win-loss gives them the edge. And they get a ticket.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, Miami definitely looking really hot coming out of this weekend here, so we'll see if they continue to steamroll into this second weekend here. Looks like Heretics play Carolina Royal Ravens on Saturday, so they'll probably get some good momentum going, and then obviously against Breach, so that's going to be a must win
Yeah.
for Breach at least.
I will say something to look out for, in these matches this week is that there are going to be a lot of teams. I know OpTic's definitely one of them, and I would look for Heretics to be another one that they've already qualified. They're pretty much safe from moving their seeds. Like I would assume, unless something crazy happens, like Heretics are going to be the 2 to 3 seed, and so I will say like watch out for them testing their map pool. I know OpTic talked about playing Den and Blackheart, so like watch out for a team like Heretics to maybe play some different maps and potentially lose a map or two this weekend. Just trying something different, and that could actually have real impacts on the standings.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with Toronto, Koi, they're really good at Den, and with OpTic testing out their map pool, we'll see if they play any Dens against Toronto, Koi there at the end of Sunday, so that'd be something to watch out for sure.
Yep.
They might, I don't know, we'll see if they are able to go undefeated this weekend here, because they got Falcons and they got Toronto, so those would be some good watches there. I mean, a lot of these matches are going to be pretty interesting to watch across the board. We got Paris, FaZe, Cloud9, Royal Ravens, Surge, G2. I mean,
yeah.
None of these are
What's nice about these matches is even if it's a team that's almost out, they can either play spoiler, seeding comes into play. Like there's a lot of things to play for this week, which is gonna make it a really good week of COD.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's either seeding, dignity, map pool, just a good matchup overall. Like there's just so much for this weekend, so it's gonna be a good map. It's gonna be a good weekend.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll be tuned in for sure. All right, well, that's going to be it for weekend 5 here, going into weekend 6. So be on the watch out for Friday, March 20th for the start there at 3 p.m. Eastern for all your matches there. And then getting into some new news here, we got challengers kind of crumbling beneath our feet before Birmingham. I know there's been some drama around the space here with certain NA players not preparing to get a full funding for the EU event that they've had 5 months notice, just as a typical COD mentality. Surely we would have at some point considered the costs will be a lot higher, so maybe I should start saving it for this event. So it looks like the organizations that they're working underneath are not going to be sponsoring their travel or a lot of their costs. So it looks like a lot of people are getting dropped and not being able to make it to Birmingham. So I don't know if you guys have seen this on the timeline. But do you guys have any thoughts on this? I know, Mr. AMANE, I don't know how much you're plugged in, but I know Jack might have some words here on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Sorry, did I cut you off, Mr. AMANE? I just realized.
No, yeah. Yeah, go
No, I think it's just kind of interesting because you do have these challenger organizations that are very, gracious to be hosting players and helping them out. You got Falcons that have the FaZe Falcons, the Falcons white, the Falcons black, or whatever. You've got Stallions red, Stallions black, FaZe Falcons, like Huntsman. Like you have these organizations that are hosting multiple challenger teams, and I think it's just kind of fair to be like, unless it's in a contract, like I don't think these people are going to want to send you to Europe and pay, thousands of dollars in flights, especially now,
Mm.
for multiple teams. And, maybe there's something that we don't know and there were guarantees that were told, but like, especially for some of these teams, it's like you should have your own funding kind of sorted in a sense, just in case, have a fund, just in case the team doesn't want you, especially with how Challengers is. Like, there's just so much influx of teams. This guy got dropped. This guy 10 minutes before roster lock drops Doug. Like it
Oh,
happens.
yeah.
So like I feel like you got to kind of have your own funding kind of plan just in case something falls through. And I think it's really like arrogant of some of these players to just think that they're going to be set up when you got to know how like the landscape of challengers kind of is.
Yeah, I mean it's
You're
very
the man.
volatile for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
comment from Fame.
let's see here.
30%.
Last second booking plus 30% increase in cost of gas. I'm sure an org will pay $1,600 plus per flight and hotel because why not? Everyone staying in your room is not what I've been hearing. Then, oh shit. Asking amateur players.
Yeah, I mean, I think he brings up a good point. It's like, bro, like, why are you kind of expecting, like, because you don't know when the roster lock is, like, who the teams are. Like, what if we made a team change yesterday? Like, what are we gonna do? Buy a new flight? Like, you can't really expect some of these orders to be like, hey, we're gonna pay $1,600 per person plus hotels plus team pass for all you guys, and then we want to drop somebody. Like, things change. Like, it's just too hectic, especially for a major that's not in the States. It's just not as easy to sort out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'll be interested to see how Challengers shakes out at the LAN here with all this volatility going through, and everyone, saying that they can't afford it and whatnot, which is interesting because you would think that they did have 5 months in advance to kind of figure things out and kind of save up some moolah because it's not really guaranteed out of the organization, especially how underfunded the challenger scene is for a lot of these teams for sure. So. Okay, well, interesting stuff here. Well, some more news to unfold here as the weeks continue. But other than that, man, that is all I've got for this recap here. Any closing thoughts for you, Mr. Amane? Anything you want to speak about?
Nah, man. I think it's going to be another great weekend. Probably the best weekend with everything just kind of summing up and culminating, and these mid-pack teams just kind of going at it. I think it'll be cool to see who's gonna, I think I have an idea who's gonna be left out, but that 9th and 10th spot, like that shit's crazy for a couple of these teams to be around there. So I'm
You're
excited.
gonna see some of those professional orgs being like, God, I hope we don't qualify. I don't want to pay. For fucking
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening, bro. It's like, yo, let's just like get shit on and chill, and then everyone else gets throw paper.
Cloud9's fucking licking their chops like, dude, we don't have to fucking send these fucking losers down there.
Yo, if you guys sell these next 2 matches, we'll give you $500 bonus guaranteed, so we don't have to pay for your flight and shit.
Exactly.
That's on capitalism.
Yeah, no shit. Oh my god, that's crazy to think about. And Jack, you got any closing thoughts here?
Nah, man, it's been a pleasure. I'm sorry about the internet. I really thought that I got Mr. Amane ricocheted, and then I went on my phone, and I was like, we're good. But nah, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure, man.
Absolutely.
Always a good time on the BCP. I always appreciate being included in the BCP, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, sir. Well, hey, we really appreciate you guys listening, watching, wherever you guys are here. It's been an absolute blast. Mr. Amane, thank you for everything you do on and off the screen here, an absolute GOAT. And I couldn't do it without you, my guy. And then Jack, man, you always bring in the analytics and all the good breakdowns there for us here and some good talks, man. Definitely love it when you on here for sure.
And the co-host with the most, that's Big Bob.
Absolutely.
That Big Bob.
Can't do
it. Absolutely. Well, that's going to be it here for this episode 93 Under Wraps here. We'll see you guys on the next week of the BCP. Peace.
Peace.
Yay.